Welcome back to Reality Glitch, your premier destination for meticulously deconstructing divinely inspired narratives with the sharp edge of reason, and today, perhaps a bit of fluid dynamics. We're diving into one of the Old Testament's most spectacular aquatic performances, Moses parting the Red Sea, a miracle of epic proportions, showcasing absolute divine control over nature. Or was Moses simply the world's first and arguably most successful large-scale aquascaper with an uncanny understanding of wind patterns and tidal charts? So, picture the scene. The Israelites have made their grand exit from Egypt, much to Pharaoh's initial, then quickly regretted agreement. Pharaoh, experiencing a classic case of seller's remorse over his lost workforce, mounts his chariots and gives chase. The Israelites find themselves cornered, the furious Egyptian army behind them, the vast Red Sea, or as some translations suggest, the Sea of Reeds, a rather important distinction we'll get to, before them. A classic rock and a hard place scenario, if the rock was an enraged despot and the hard place was a very large body of water. Despair looms, but then Moses, our intrepid leader and now apparently hydro-engineer, stretches out his hand, and trusty staff of course, over the sea, and lo, a strong east wind blows all night and the waters are divided. The sea becomes dry land, with a wall of water to their right and to their left. The Israelites march through on dry ground, an absolutely stunning feat of, well, something. Divine intervention? Or was Moses secretly consulting a very accurate, divinely inspired weather and tide app on a clay tablet? Now, let's put on our vintage lab coats and ponder the physics. Walls of water. That's quite the visual. Imagine the sheer pressure, the surface tension required. Any modern engineer trying to replicate this would need some serious reinforced transparent aluminum, not just a strong breeze and a prayer. The Bible describes it so poetically, but the hydrodynamics are, shall we say, a touch challenging for conventional science. Unless, of course, we're not talking about the deep Red Sea proper, but a shallower marshy area, the Sea of Reeds perhaps. Scientists and historians, those delightful party poopers of ancient miracles, have proposed a few less splashy explanations. The wind setdown effect is a strong contender. A powerful, sustained wind blowing over a shallow body of water, like the northern tip of the Gulf of Suez, or a reedy lake like Lake Timsah or the Bitter Lakes, can indeed push water away from one shore, exposing a land bridge. Once the wind dies down, the water would rush back. Then there's the good old tide. While the Red Sea itself has minimal tides, some connecting narrower bodies of water or shallower basins could experience more significant tidal ranges. Could Moses have just had impeccable, divinely convenient timing with an extreme low tide? Another, more dramatic theory involves a tsunami caused by a distant earthquake or the eruption of Thera, Santorini, which could initially draw water away from the coast before a massive wave returns. The timing would have to be incredibly precise for that one. So, the Israelites make it across. Pharaoh, not one to be deterred by a bit of suspiciously dry seabed, charges in with his chariots, horses, and all his host. And then, as Moses stretches out his hand again, the waters return to their strength when the morning appeared. The Egyptians are overthrown in the midst of the sea. Not one of them remained. Very tidy. If it was a wind setdown or a tidal event, the returning waters could certainly swamp heavy chariots stuck in mud. The narrative conveniently ensures no Egyptian witnesses survive to offer a conflicting account of, say, a very muddy wade through shallow water. So, was Moses a divine conduit for a universe-altering miracle, or an incredibly astute observer of natural phenomena, a master of timing, effectively aquascaping a temporary path for his people?
The story serves its theological purpose beautifully, a demonstration of divine power and salvation. But when viewed as a literal historical event, the logistical and physical questions pile up higher than those supposed walls of water. The reality glitch here isn't just the parting of waters, but perhaps the parting of ancient myth from verifiable natural processes. It's a testament to how extraordinary yet entirely natural events can be woven into foundational narratives, acquiring divine significance over time. After all, a well-timed wind-assisted low tide doesn't quite have the same dramatic ring as "he blew with his winds and the sea covered them." Walls of water, a dry seabed, and a very soggy end for an entire army. Divine hydrokinesis, or a fortunate alignment of wind, tide, and narrative embellishment? What's your theory on Moses' great aquatic escape? Let your ideas flow in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and continue to navigate the choppy waters of ancient tales with us at Reality Glitch.